it's really important is that there's massive influencers that are completely turning a 180 and being maybe called converted into a cryptocurrency optimist.
Well, let's shift a little bit. Let's chat a little bit about just the current state of values for cryptocurrency. What are you seeing right now? Bitcoin hitting almost a high of about 69,000. I think it dropped to about 35, and ETH as well is been typically correlates a lot with BTC, right? So, what are you seeing? What's kind of your feel for the current temperature of the crypto market?
Yeah, we're obviously very, very bullish. There's some things right now that are creating volatility, like in China, the largest developer who has 300 billion in debt is not able to pay their debt service, and there's right now a um, massive developer every single day right now filing bankruptcy in China. So obviously you got your ghost cities, your ghost towns of massive high rises. And so when the conglomerates with a 300 billion file that they're not going to be able to make their massive payment of over $1 billion, we saw a spike or a dip in the stock market and crypto and everything, because it shifts the whole world when you've got those things happening. We've got that. Then you've got, obviously, with the Ukraine and Russia, everything has a interesting loop of some sort. So one thing I will say, just on newsworthiness, cryptocurrency, the culture of those who hold cryptocurrency, $52 million was donated through cryptocurrency when the U.S. banks couldn't get money in, when the U.S. government didn't send money to Ukraine. 52 million came through cryptocurrency holders into the Ukraine government to supply aid to the Ukraine citizens. So I think that speaks to the culture of the individuals.
That's amazing. That's not to be overlooked, right? 52 million and probably raised with what in a couple of weeks here, if that, right?
1 week.
1 week, $52 million, and it's instantaneous, right? Where they can get it together. And I wonder who organized that. But whoever did that, God bless you, right? You get to that aid, and that's incredible. Wow. I didn't know that stat. You know what I mean? I mean, part of just my head's been in the sand a little bit with what's been going on. It's so busy, but that's really amazing. So what else? So then, yeah, that billionaire went out, and you're looking at things that are hurting, but overall, what else do you think?
Here's kind of a big picture. I think it's really important is that there's massive influencers that are completely turning a 180 and being maybe called converted into a cryptocurrency optimist. There's multiple who've in the past. You've got Mark Cuban, you got Ray Dalio. Matter of fact, Ray Dalio, he owns the largest hedge fund, obviously, in the world. In 2017, he said, Bitcoin's a bubble. It's not an effective storehold of wealth, and it's volatile. And then in 2021, he says, personally, I'd rather hold Bitcoin than a bond. Now, for Ray Dalio, that is a massive statement, because 40% of his entire portfolio strategy was bonds. So you've got people like that. But the brand new news, the cutting edge, hot off the press, is Ken Griffin, CEO of Citadel, who runs $235 billion in conglomerate investment firm. He was a massive crypto detractor. He's completely transformed. He was previously the guy dismissing cryptocurrency, calling it the jihadist call against the U.S. dollar. And this last week, he says that cryptocurrency is the greatest story in finance history over the last 15 years. He says the crypto market today is over $2 trillion. And I'll have to tell you that my call was wrong and I made a big mistake. And you'll see Citadel investing into cryptocurrency in some way this year. So massive, $235 billion under management, and comes out and says, hey, we've got to be in cryptocurrency. I was completely against it. This is actually where I've got to be. And you'll see more and more of this with the U.S. dollar continue to be, at almost 15% inflation. If we're looking at the real numbers, I mean, that means your dollar is just dying. I mean, it doesn't buy what it used to buy. And so when you get these big companies, they've got to put their money somewhere where it's going to hold a wealth.
What's really interesting? I live in California, and we've seen that kind of the destruction of California, like fiscally over the last 30 years. And my dad talks about, we built real estate growing up, my mom, dad in the Bay Area, and how much easier it was to do business and how much more like accessible things were get done. And